Welcome to this first Greenfoot screencast, and we're going to start by creating a new scenario, and we'll add worlds and some actors into the world. Over here I have the Greenfoot screen, and we can see it is empty, there's nothing in it. Nothing showing in the main part of the screen, and nothing showing into the panels. And down here the main buttons are all grayed out, so you can't really access them. That is because we haven't created anything yet. There are a couple of keywords to notice already. Create a new subclass of world. So this is object-oriented programming, and we're going to, when we create our new scenario, we will in effect be creating a subclass. So our new world, what was called in other programs you might have used, our stage, will inherit some properties from the world class over here. So to do this, I right click on world and then new subclass. Greenfoot is Java, so by convention we've got to start with an uppercase for the name of our class, and I'm going to call it Space World. I also need to choose an image, so I'm going to just click on background, and very simply, using the ready-made pictures, I'm going to choose this one. I could import it from a file, but for now let's keep it simple and use ready-made images. If I now click on compile, I have an image of the background showing. So you can also see over here we have now a subclass of a world. If I right click on my Space World class, I can have a look at the code by clicking on Open Editor. And if I drag the window for my code onto the screencast, here we are. We actually have some Java code with nothing really, but when we call this function, which has the same name as our class, because this is a constructor for an object of a class Space World, and we are going to call the constructor of the superclass the world, and then we're going to pass it some parameters which are in fact the dimension of the background image. So I can close that for now. I've got a world, and in order to create a game I need to add some sprites, which in Greenfoot are called actors. So the same principle here, right click, new subclass. I would like to put a rocket inside this world. So if I go to transport, right at the bottom I've got an image of a rocket, and then the name for this class is going to be rocket, again with a capital R. Click OK. Here it is. Now you can see that its name is grayed out. The reason for this is that this has not been compiled yet. So I click on compile. No error, I haven't added any code yet. I could run my scenario and nothing is going to happen. I've not got a rocket into my world, and I haven't even coded any actions. To add the rocket onto my world, right click again, and then this time I click on new rocket, and then I bring this into my world and I click where I want the rocket to be. Now, still no code, that will be for the next screencast, but I can compile and I can run this game without any error. Last thing I need to do, in order not to have to add my rocket every time I want to start a game, I'm going to save this world by right clicking inside the background and click on the cheesy save the world. And this is the end of our first screencast. We will continue by adding some simple code to make the rocket move back and forth.